All right, good luck, everybody. Thank you for coming out, and I'm going to jump down to the broadcast booth. Good evening, everyone. Hopefully, this is working. Doesn't look like it is, though. Okay, no, that is working. Okay. We're good. Just one last program to open up here to get us all situated as we are here from Las Vegas tonight. Hopefully, having some great, better racing than what we had last week when we were at Phoenix with the Cup cars. We're here at Phoenix this week. Or not Phoenix. We're at Phoenix last week, Vegas this week. Let's hope, fingers crossed, this works out a lot better. And we can have some great, clean racing as the race gets started here in just a few moments as we're watching some of the drivers take on their qualifying lap as we're watching the 33 here of Benjamin Smith. It looks like it's going to give me some problem here tonight once again. Oh, crap, that's right. Snap. Need this. Oh. Oh. Green. Okay, watching the number 19 there. Just give me a moment here. I'm trying to get this timing up and running so that we can see what the heck is going on here at Vegas tonight. And there we go. We're up and running here for the FMA. We got a minute left of qualifying here as we'll take a look here at qualifying times. I see the 83 there coming through on turn number 1. Donald Ray out front in that number 19. Having a great run so far. And he laid down a 30.529. Ryan Peters right there with him with a 30.530. What a great start here tonight for these two drivers out there, 1 and 2 on the standings at the time being. As we've got about 20 seconds left of qualifying left to go. Donald Ray being the last one out there. He brings it now into pit road here tonight. Qualifying times are set. We're going to be getting ready to set and roll here. Looks like we got 15 drivers that qualified. You got another 6 who did not take a chance to qualify. Grid coming up here in just a moment. Oh, that's right. We got warm-ups first. We got 5 minutes of warm-ups. So if we can, take this time to pay tribute to our flag. All right, sorry about that, but we apparently are running not the way we need to, and it still looks like our live timing wants to be a pain. There we go. Now we got it up. Now we got about 3 minutes of warm-ups left to go. Fred Chase out there. Joseph Spillman taking some time around the track. As with Bobby Watts out there in the number 37. Wait a moment. I'm seeing something here. Forgive me for not noticing it before. Now he should be getting something. Sorry, drivers, for not having your paints right at the start of this. I noticed they're not matching up. Numbers are, but the paint quite isn't. So they're going to go and blink out there. There you see the 5 there coming to life. Donald Ray out there in the 19. Black and white. We'll see if he comes to life. Fred Chase in the 94 Chevrolet. You got the 50 of Joseph Spillman. Should be coming to life at some point. Bobby Watts back here in the 37 Wonder Bread machine. Tommy Pulte in the number 96. Coming to life. There it is. There we see Spillman's come out and updated. Fred Chase also in the number 94. Down here through corner number 1, back out there onto that backstretch. Or are they coming around onto the front stretch? Hold on a moment. No, they're coming backstretch. I had it right. Fred Chase there in the number 94. Chase Matsko out here in the number 66. Bobby Watts in the 37. Got a decent field of drivers here. We come down with less than a minute here to go in warm-ups. All right, why are you hung up again? Not what I'm wanting to see here. I'm wanting to see that come minimized. Chase Matsko there, and there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Took it long enough. We have Fred Chase out there in the 94. Tommy Pulte in the number 96. Here as we get ready to race this evening. Time has struck 0 here in warm-up. No. My live timing's a little bit behind, it seems. On my end. That's behind on your end, too. They're waiting for that grid to come up. There it comes. Why are we... Whatever. I'll fix it later. Donald Ray out there in front with Ryan Peters there second. Chris Cornett in third. Jim Treat there in fourth. Dustin Rogerson there fifth with Fred Chase in sixth. Mark Nelson in seventh. Joseph Spillman there in eighth. Stephen Isham there in ninth with Chase Matsko in 10th. Rolling out in 11th is going to be Robert Tester with Bobby Watts rolling off there in 13th. That's going to be Benjamin Smith with Tommy Pulte there on the outside in at number 14. 15 of Robert Milbrath there, the 45 of Robert Milbrath starting tonight 15th. The 4 of John Kelly starts in 16th. Adam Gutpowder, the number 44, will start in 17th with Caleb Sheets there in 18th. Derek Buckaloo there in 19th with David Duval in 20th. Gary Wright in 21st. And forgive the date there on the SDK, as I just noticed that it is the wrong date. It's just somehow got muted. All right. We get set to roll. Lights are out. There you see the lights on the start box. And for this, they should be off. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, you roll here. Off of corner 4. Heading around here on to... Yeah, that's what I thought. I had the wrong... thing up. Have it come through here, through turn 3 and 4, now heading out there through that front stretch. Now we come down there through the back, trying to find where we're going. In the corner number 3, everybody single file there with Ronald Ray out front. Ryan Peters there in second. Down there in third is Chris Cornett. Everybody working off the corner as well as they can here tonight at Las Vegas. Great racing going on so far. Drivers are making their way back onto that front stretch. That should be... give me a moment here. We got things going on that shouldn't be going on here. Looks like the ticker's frozen there on the screen. And we're trying to get that remedied. We come here off the corner, in the corner number 1 and 2, back out onto that backstretch. They are making their way down into corner number 3. Something's not acting up right here. Live timing giving me a little bit of an issue tonight. And we head on down through here. In the corner number 3 and 4, out onto that front stretch. Here we go for another lap here as we head on down through here. Trying to see if we can get this to work now as it comes up. Saying it's not bound. Well, it has something to do with it being the OneDrive thing, if that's causing me issues. I want to turn OneDrive off, but when I do, I lose all my info and can't seem to get it back. I'm trying to figure out how to unsync everything, and it's just frozen up again. SDK just not playing nice tonight. There we go, down the backstretch, lap number 10. Now we're looking there of Mark Nelson. He works there on the bottom side. Now we're looking at Chris Cornett there in the 83, who's currently in second place. A little farther back here with the number 94 of Fred Chase, as he's there behind the 24 of Steven Isham. Sorry that it took me a little bit there, but we got it back rolling, and looks like everything's okay. Except for the Road Series thing up in the top corner. Regal Wraps Road Series was Monday night. This is the FFTv series, and tonight I do think we have a special shout out to, let me make sure I got it right here as we look through yeah, David Duvall and the American Heart Association. We want to give a shout out to them for helping make this race possible tonight. We have Chris Cornett up here in second, Mark Nelson there third, Steven Isham there fourth, Bobby Watts there fifth, Robert Tester back here in sixth. Great job so far tonight here by these drivers as we're on lap number 13. And one of the cool things about this series that many people might not realize, between the Cup Series and the Xfinity Series here at FMA, is there is no fuel saving. There's no need to. You're going to make it to the end, but you have to stop twice to make it to the end. So there's 2 pit stops you have to make in order to make it to the end, and you can't save the fuel to get there. So you know there's 2 guaranteed pit stops. It's just a matter of how you can do it. But again, there's no fuel saving, so it's a matter of a different strategy game there. As they work down here in the corner number 1. You got Steven Isham there in the 24, sitting in fourth. A little farther back here, there's that 5 of Brian Peters, who's looking down there on the inside. There's the 94, Fred Chase down on the apron. Coming across, there's Chase Matsko up there in the 66. Driver's doing a great job here tonight. With that 94, Fred Chase getting down there to the bottom side underneath of Tommy Pulte as they come there off of 2 down that backstretch. Pulte's holding on to 11th place for the moment. As we got a nice field of drivers back here. Looks like the only two that did not come out onto the grid is John Kelly and Gary Wright, but they're blinking in and out on my end, so I don't know if they're completely out of the race or just not. I'll have to wait for the official scoring tab there across the top to come across. Now we got Glattbauer back there in 17th, Spillman in 18th. And you got that 73 of David Duval back here in now 18th as he goes around Spillman. Kelly is out, Wright is minus 10. So Gary Wright is out there in the 85, but down 10 laps. Chris Cornett blinked out. He's trying to battle for the lead up there with Donald Ray coming out of turn number 2 down that backstretch, side by side. Now we got side by side. Yeah, see, I'm trying to talk here quickly tonight, and it's not working apparently. My tongue's going to come detached here, it seems like. Coming down here through the front straightaway. You got the 1-2-3 of Dustin Rogerson going to the inside of Bobby Watts. As Watts is up there on the high side, here comes the 94 of Fred Chase. He's looking down there. Whoa, hang on to it, Watts. You don't want to get that close. As you come there off the corner, you got the 96 of Tommy Pulte down there on the inside as well. As they work here down into corner number 1. The 18 laps of 107 as they come here out of turn number 3. Heading back onto that front stretch through that restart zone and across the stripe. It's still Donald Ray out front. Chris Cornett back there in second as we look farther back through the field. Tommy Pulte out of Woodstock, Illinois. They're in at number 96, doing a great job, sitting about 10th right now. There's Bobby Watts. As we got the 367 of Jim Treat. He's going to now look to the inside of Watts here very shortly as they come down here into the next corner. There he goes, down to the inside. Looks like Watts is going to hang up high. Jim Treat going to the inside. He works down through the front stretch, through that restart zone and across the stripe. Dustin Rogerson in the 1-2-3's got company there from Fred Chase and at number 94. Fred's looking down there to the bottom side. Chase Matthew in that Dr. Pepper machine out here in 7th. Rolled down that backstretch. Benjamin Smith out here in 13th. With Robert Bilbrath back here in 14th. Caleb Sheets getting around Derek Buckaloo there for that 15th position. Adam Glattbauer rolling back here in 17th. Trying to see who our biggest mover is right now, and we really don't have any as the racing's been pretty steady. You got Stephen Isham up 5 as he's our biggest mover so far there in the number 24. You got a couple of them up 4. Derek Buckaloo's up 4. Tommy Pulte bouncing around between 4 and 5. And Mark Nelson is up 4 spots, and he's currently sitting there in 3rd. As they come here off of the corner, Rome, Georgia for Chris Cornett. Looking at the backside of Bobby Watts as we come there through turn 1 and 2. And back out onto that back straightaway. There's the field in front of them. Kind of keeping it up a little higher. Trying to save on the tires a little bit. Each driver would have 3 sets of tires that they can change, besides the one they got for qualifying. So there's 4 sets of tires they have. They can change the tires a maximum of 3 times. All right, tire management that has to go on here tonight as well. As we work down here into corner number 3 and 4, you see the 24 there, Stephen Isham. Ryan Peters back here in 5th. Dustin Rogerson there in 6th. Chase Mathco in 7th. Fred Chase there in 8th. Tommy Pulte back here in 9th with Robert Tester back here in 10th. Great racing going on as always here at FMA. A little bit better, lots better than last week as we couldn't seem to get those cars running around the track And we now have the 83 there of Chris Cornett down there on the bottom side. Mark Nelson up here in third. Down around here on the bottom side is Dustin Rogerson. Chase Matsko there in seventh. Tommy Polt, Robert Tester. Glad you got your top 10. Bobby Watts back here in 11th. Benjamin Smith back here in the number 33. Doing a pretty fair job himself. And heading down through here off the corner. Robert Milbrath at 13th. Derek Buckaloo back here 14th. Jim Treat now up to 15th. And Caleb Sheik falls back to 16th. Now he's going to go to the inside of Jim Treat down here through the corner. See if he can pick up that spot coming through 4 and back out onto the front stretch here across the start-finish. Restart zone and then across the start-finish line. As Sheets regains that position down here across the stripe and down into corner number 1. Lap 26 of 107 on the board. 25 laps complete. It is definitely a different racing feel here at FMA, and we're going to try to mimic some of that style of stuff over at WCXRA on Friday nights, as we truly hope to get that up and running here in the near future. Hopefully with the help of some of the guys here at FMA, we can maybe get that rolling. Get both leagues working side by side. That's going to be more of your extreme racing, your off-road style, off-the-wall style racing there on Friday night. We're taking the 34 Legends Coupes to all 4 series of racetracks. So, pretty much, if it can be raced on, we're going to race it. Pretty much is how it's going to be with them Legends. And then we have the Pro Trucks later that night. Chase Matsko there in 7th. Fred Chase back here in 8th. Tommy Pulte there in 9th. Robert Tester back here in 10th. Bobby Watts in 11th. We try to focus on where the action is. Side by side there for that's second and third of Nelson and Isham. I see Dustin Rogerson there in 5th. Joseph Spillman going a lap down. David Duval now being your last car on the lead lap at number 73. Everybody comes working here off at corner number 2 down here in the 3 and 4 if I'm not getting mixed up. I am getting mixed up as this is the backstretch. So that was 1 and 2. Drivers come through. Now we're coming down here through off of 3 and 4. Heading back around onto that front stretch here at lap number 30. It's going to be interesting to see how the pit stops play out, as I'm thinking they're probably going to be around lap, I want to say lap 40 possibly. Or lap 40. Between lap 30 and 40, somewhere in there. But then you'll have to have another pit stop around lap 80, I would believe. In order to make it to the end just fine. As we work here off of 4, you see Donald Ray, who is now back there in 4th after starting on pole here tonight. You got Ryan Peters, who started in 10th, is now up to 6th. Back there with that number 5 machine. Here is Donald Ray still working his way around. Watching the battle go on there for 2nd and 3rd right there in front of him. That onboard shot here from Mark Nelson. Nelson's looking there to the inside. Going to roll up there behind Isham as Isham slides up the racetrack a little bit. Here comes Nelson. He's going to get that nose under there. Can he make it? No, he doesn't quite have him cleared yet. He's going to try again coming down here into corner number 3 and 4. Back down there to the bottom side. Nelson really getting that car hung in there to the bottom side of the racetrack to try to get underneath Isham, but Isham doing a great job driving that high line and getting that and keeping that momentum up, coming off the corners. He's sitting there about mid-corner, running through, trying to keep the tires under him. As Donald Ray moves up here in the, or is he on? No, he's under fire from Rogerson. Dustin now is trying to get up there into the top four. Battle for fourth and fifth here. Ryan Peters dropping back. He's having some connection issues there in the number 90. In the number 5. He's back there in 6th. Fred Chase there at 7th. Chase Matsko sitting here in 8th after starting 10th. Yeah, he started 10th. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, that would have been 9th where Donald Ray started. Or no, Ryan Peters. Sorry. Ryan Peters started 9th. No, Ryan Peters started in 2nd, sorry. Donald Ray started in 1st. Okay, Stephen Isham started there in 9th. And that's what I was trying to figure out. Isham's up 6 spots from where he started. Nelson's up 6 spots as he made a great run to get up there to the lead. Chris Cornett down there in 2nd once again, trying to chase down Nelson as Nelson's down there in the corner number 1. Trying to see where other battles might be on the racetrack. That battle heats up there for 2nd and 3rd, or I'm sorry, for 3rd and 4th between Isham and Rogerson. Rogerson got around in 19 of Donald Ray. Now he's looking to get on the upper side there of Isham, which he does so coming off the corner. Now we're looking farther back in the field here towards Adam Gladpowder in at number 44. He tries to get up there. Donald Ray, Chase Matsko, Robert Tester, Tommy Poole all coming to pit lane here this time. And it looks like somebody else would be coming as well. It looks like Buckaloo's in. Spillman stayed out on the racetrack at the moment. No, Spillman's coming in. David Dubell. The racetrack at 73. Now we got Mark Nelson, Stephen Isham, Fred Chase coming in. Work here off the corner. Brian Peters there in 3rd. Now up to 2nd as Chris Cornett comes in. Dustin Rogerson now leads a lap as Ryan Peters comes back here to 2nd. As we're on lap number 40 of the 107. Great racing going on here as we come back down here in the corner number 3 and 4. Dustin Rogerson out there in front, leading the way. Coming in the pit road this time. Ryan Peters, where's he going to do? He comes in. That's going to leave Bobby Watts back here in 3rd. Does he come in? He does. John Kelly looks to be on the bottom side. He's going to stay out. I'm trying to see who. Okay, so Kelly, Treat, Smith, Milbrath, Duval all staying out right now. Possibly coming this time by. Well, it looks like a 367 is going to stay out another lap, possibly, as they work down here through the backstretch. And we got Ryan Peters, Dustin Rogerson, Bobby Watts on the pit road once again. As there comes John Kelly down pit road. Jim Treat, he's going to try to lead a lap, which he does so. Milbrath there in 2nd, Duval there 3rd. 3 drivers that still have yet to make their first pit stop here at lap number 42 down the backstretch. You see that 5 coming up there off of pit road. That's Ryan Peters. Jim Treat now is going to looks like he's going to come in. The 94, Milbrath going around him. Or, I'm sorry, no, that's 94, Fred Chase going around. Jim Treat, Milbrath, Duval coming into pit road. John Kelly coming out. Same with Benjamin Smith. All right, so apparently I was wrong. Them couple cars that I thought were on pit road before were not. Everybody's made one stop. I work here down the backstretch. You're seeing Stephen Easham getting up there to the bumper of Donald Ray here at lap number 43. Lap 54 will be about the halfway point. Well, 53 and a half to 54 will be halfway. Mark Nelson there out front doing a great job as we got them all spread out here. Let's go ahead and pull that track map up just so everybody can kind of be aware of where their driver might be. As we work here off the corner in through that front stretch, watching the 94 Fred Chase at the moment. Down here in the corner number 1. Great racing going on tonight, guys. I really, really enjoy it. Dustin Rogerson back here in fifth, so I know you guys can do it. I don't know what the fluke was last week, what was going on. I know there was some issues and things that looks like got worked out for this race. And if anybody hasn't really been paying attention to stuff going on here at FMA, I know I'm up here in the booth, but I also got entrusted to kind of oversee everything here at FMA and kind of become the owner, per se. Now, I'm not an owner that likes to take control. I like to try to find a way to make it to where everybody has a job to make it run. You can't run it as a single person. You got to have a team under you, and I can't thank the team of admins here at FMA enough for helping me transition it and keep everything going, as we got some heck of a race going on here tonight as we're coming in here to lap 48 here shortly, as we're watching a battle here between Rogerson, Matsko, and Peters coming down here through in the corner number 2. Got some great racing going on here, coming off of 4 down here across in the restart zone, across the straight, down there across the stripe there. Here comes Rogerson out of New Berlin, Illinois. Hopefully he's staying safe around there. As I understand it, there's some weather going on either that state or the next state over. So hopefully they're all staying safe there. And as they come down here in the corner number 3, Chase Batsko sitting there in 7th. Ryan Peters there in 8th. A little farther back from these guys. And here comes Rogerson. He's going to make a run underneath a Cornette and does so. Cornette falls back here in position as they come down here through in the corner number 1 and 2. Mark Nelson, your leader, out front. And they come down in the corner number 3. Donald Ray in 2nd. Stephen Easham there in 3rd. I think we got the 45 of Robert Milbrath possibly stuck in the top realm a little bit between some of these leaders, and I am correct on saying that. Robert Milbrath bringing a lap down to Mark Nelson, but he's got Donald Ray back here a little farther back. They come down here, down the back stretch. You can see the leaders there in front. Stephen Easham there in 3rd. Fred Chase back here 4th. 5th, currently Dustin Rogerson, but Chris Cornette's getting back up there. Chase Matko here in 7th, with Ryan Peters back here in 8th. Caleb Sheets 9th, with Tommy Pulte there in 10th. Bobby Watts sitting in 11th. Adam Gladfather currently sitting back here in 12th out of Mobile, Alabama, in that number 44 machine. John Kelly, he's out of Lake George, New York, as they come down across the start-finish line here. He's sitting 13th. Derek Buckaloo in 14th right now. Alabama, Beeville, Texas. And I've been paying attention to the news. Parts of Texas had quite the windstorm here earlier in the week, over the weekend or something like that. Joseph Spillman back here in 16th. Benjamin Smith in 17th. Robert Milbrat sitting here in 18th. David Duval back here in 19th. Now again, shout out to him and the American Heart Association. I believe is what I'm supposed to be shouting out to, if I have it correct. Yes, Heart Association. Hey, guys, doing a great job here. You see Donald Ray coming back there across in second. Stephen Isham there in third. Fred Chase there at fourth. Dustin Rogerson there in fifth. Come on down through here. Donald Ray here in second. Stephen Isham there third. Fred Chase in fourth. Dustin Rogerson there fifth. Chris Cornett in sixth, with Ryan Peters back here in seventh. Battle going on here between these three as they battle it out. Ryan Peters up there to the top side, trying to see if he can get momentum up there against that outside wall. Now he drives it down there to the inside. Hit that Camry to see if he can get some momentum, which he looks like he's getting some. Down there in the corner number 3. Around it they go on the bottom side right there behind Rogerson. As now he looks to see if he can get underneath Rogerson. Now Peters up to 6, now trying to make a move in the pit. Out here across in the corner number. Well, I got lost. That was 1 and 2. Okay, I thought I was correct, but I wasn't positive of that. I come down the backstretch here in the corner number 3. As we're Hoover halfway, and dare I say, no caution. And we're caution-free. Great racing here as we kind of split off into 2 packs. We got this lead pack out here coming across as they work down through turns 1 and 2. But back here, we got another pack coming here as they come across the start-finish line. Adam Gladpowder, John Kelly, Derek Buckaloo, and Jim Treat back here in 15th. Joseph Spillman back here in 16th. Now everybody working around here off the corner, down here across the stripe. What some move. There we see, I believe that's the 4 of John Kelly going underneath the 44 of John Gladpowder. Or, I'm sorry, Adam Gladpowder, not John. Adam Gladpowder. Jim Treat back here in 14th. He's losing a spot, or no, he's gaining a spot over Buckaloo. As the race heats up there for the lead, as they got that lap machine of Robert Milbrat there in amongst them. As you see everybody starting to get tight there coming through. Lap 58 of 107 on the board. Chase Matsko, we got 57 laps complete of the 107. That comes down the backstretch. We're still waiting on to see. Well, we had some battle going on back there, it looks like, if I could have found it. There it is. Chris Cornett and Chase Matsko. Matsko's up there on the high side. There you see Chris Cornett down on the inside. He's trying to make that run. Down here in the corner number 1 they go. Got that Matt Black, number 83. For turn 1 down there, going into turn, out of turn 2. Work down the backstretch there. We're trying to see what that is. That's a lap down Camry there. That's the 33 of Benjamin Smith. And amongst some of the leaders at the moment. They all come there through the front stretch. Donald Ray there in second. Got Stephen Isham there in third. That's the other thing. As these lead cars end up catching some of these lap cars, sometimes they can go off and use them as a pick as well, where the leader might get caught behind the lap down car, and then the second place driver gets enough underneath them, and that first place driver, or that driver ahead of them, wherever you're changing positions, gets caught behind the lap down car, and you kind of put them stuck there as you take the opposite lane there and use them as what they call a pick to get around them much easier. And when you're running similar lap times, that can be a big, big thing. Now we see down here, we got that 1, 2, 3 of Rogerson going underneath of Peters as they work their off of 4 back down here through the restart zone across the stripe. Peters up there on the outside. Rogerson down on the inside, who's got help from Cornette, as Cornette's trying to gain some spots once again, as he was up there towards the front. Now he's going to try to ring it back in here at lap number 62. Down into corner number 1 they go. Or I'm sorry, corner number 3. Everybody's doing what they can and keeping it racing great. And you see that 1, 2, 3 down there off of corner number 3. Back out 4 and through the restart zone across the stripe there in 5th. Dustin Rogerson. Fred Chase up here in 4th. Now you can kind of see what I'm talking about, that lap down car being down there on the inside. Robert Milbrath, he goes lap down. Well, he's been lap down here. Spillman, he's the last car on the lead lap now. But the lead lap cars are slowly catching them, trying to see where else a battle could be going on. Around a 96 somewhere. Tommy Pulte. And he's got cars gaining on the backside of him. That's the 4 of John Kelly. John Kelly looking to the inside here through 1 and 2. He's out of Lake George, New York, down the backstretch. John Kelly down there on the inside, going to see if he can make something happen here. As they work here through 3 and 4. They are that 3, 6, 7 of Jim Treat. He's got battle going on back here towards 14th and 15th. That is the battle for 14th going on with Buckaloo trying to get up there and battle Treat. I work here off of corner number 4, down across that stripe, down into corner number 1 and 2. Out front, it's still Nelson, as everybody behind them trying to catch what they can. They're getting spread out now as Ray is getting up there, and he's going to want that lead back after starting there tonight. He's closing in on Nelson down the backstretch here at lap number 67. Or lap 66, sorry. Hang on to it, Ray. Ray almost lost it there. Through corner number 3 and 4 as he works through the restart zone. Oh, man, what a run from Stephen Isham as he gets a great run. Could come around Ray. Either that or Ray lost that most momentum. So Isham now up there in the 2nd spot as he now tries to chase down Mark Nelson there in the lead, who's currently on his own set of rails out there in front. Everybody's single file through the field. Caleb Sheets back here in 9th. John Kelly back here in 10th. Up 67 on the board. I can't be more pleased with these drivers tonight. They are really putting on a great show. Really doing a great job out there on track. And they work down here in the corner number 1 and 2. Nelson out front. Isham there in 2nd. Donald Ray there in 3rd. Dustin Rogerson there 4th. Chris Cornette there 5th. Fred Chase there in 6th. Ryan Peters there in 7th. Chase Matsko there 8th. Caleb Sheets here in 9th with John Kelly in 10th. Definitely can't tell and I thank enough of these drivers for putting on the show that they are. Adam Clapfowler crashed. We have our first yellow of the evening. We'll go back here and take a look at it. What happened to Clapfowler? Working here off the corner, and he just gets loose up into that outside wall, and it just gets loose. Oh, man, what a hit. Down there to the inside wall. That probably spells the end of it there for Adam Glatfelder. man, what a hit there. Oh. Tough break there. AJ are going to take the opportunity to make their final pit stop. They can make it to the end now. As we have about 36 laps to go. Or 37 laps to go, something like that. Pit road, very, very busy here. Drivers coming off. Mark Nelson's going to be the first one off. Looks like Donald Ray there for a second. Isham there third as they come battling off. What? Man, races can be won or lost on pit road. So you got to make sure your pit crew is on the ball and doing what they can here. What? Lap 71 of 107. First caution of the night. Lights are out on that pace machine. We're going to be going back. Green flag racing. Brad will pull that pace car down, and we're going to be back. Green flag racing as they come out of the corner. Chris Cornett here fourth. Dustin Rogerson there in fifth. Fred Chase here sixth. Brian Peters there seventh. Caleb Sheets in eighth. Chase Matsko there ninth. Tommy Pulte there, eighth. Back there in 10th. Now we're green flag racing. What a restart there out of Nelson as they come storming down here into corner number one. Rogerson up there in fifth as he goes down there to the bottom side. He's looking to the inside there. Chris Cornett a little farther back. Oh boy, three wide race for the first time tonight. Keep it together there off the corner. Wow, what a move. How we go three wide there for a couple lanes there. Coming down into corner number two. Chase Matsko down there on the bottom side. As you got others there up top, there comes Tommy Pulte up there in the top side as Chase Matsko kind of had to slide up in front of him. As the four now drives to the center of the racetrack there of John Kelly. As Pulte having trouble up there on the top side. Derek Buckaloo and Jim Treat get together. Oh, here they come off the corner. You'll see Jim Treat, Jim Treat bring it down the racetrack. The 81 there. I just don't think Treat really knew the closing distance or the closing time on that. I don't watch him come down through here. I just don't think he realized that his nose was there. That, or he just got a bad push there and ended up loose down across the nose of the 81. There, a Buckaloo. A Buckaloo don't look too terrible. Jim Treat, though, well, he might be able to continue on. He don't look terrible. Joseph Spillman jumped to the pits. Jim Treat also jumping to the pits. He might be broke there on that left or that right front. Tough break there for those drivers. Almost made it to the end tonight, guys. Almost. Now we're here at lap number 76 of the 107. All right, driver, go ahead, settle down, get it back in line. You did great for the first almost 3/4 of the race. Lights are out on that pace machine. Mark Nelson, the control car. Donald Ray out there in third. And he's jumping a bit to get back up there. So is Chris Cornett. Caleb Sheets, what a night he's having. He's up 11 positions here, sitting in 7th spot. Or 8th, well, yeah. 8th spot, he's outside. Now he worked down the backstretch here. Lights are out. We're going to be going back. Green flag racing. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the racing action here tonight. It's been a pleasure bringing this race to you here on Fleeger Farm TV on the pole. And down here through the backstretch they go. And off of 2 down that backstretch. Oh, man, I got a little ahead of myself. John Kelly back here in 9th. Nelson out there in front with Ray right there. Look at the battles going on here through 3 and 4. You got Cornett up there on the outside. Here's Chase Masco. He's trying to work his way up there. He's got Kelly, though, right above him. Derek Buckaloo there in the 81, looking to the bottom side of Watts. Now they're all starting to battle side by side. There goes Ray back to the lead on the outside of Nelson as they hear work off of 2 back down that backstretch. Look out, though. Here comes Steven Easham, another fast driver. Caleb Sheets, he's really showing it here as he's up here in the 5th, up 13 spots from where he started. How much farther up can he get here at lap number 79 out of the 107 to complete here? Down across the restart zone in the stripe, down here in the corner number 1. Caleb Sheets really pouring on the steam now as they come down here in the corner number 1 and 2. Donald Ray out front, but he's got a mess of drivers behind him. That Hornet's Nest is really trying to chase him down as they work down the backstretch. Looking a little farther back, though. You got Benjamin Smith there in the 33, David Dubell in at 73. They seem to be a little bit off pace. And thank you, David Dubell, once again for helping support the league in such a great manner here off of corner number 4 across the stripe. Donald Ray up there in second. Mark Nelson there in second. All right, Donald Ray out there in front. Here comes Peters. Caleb Sheets now up to 4th as he really starting to pour it on down the backstretch here. Driver right behind him, and Chase Matsko comes across the nose of Cornette, it looks like, and gets himself up into the outside wall. Everybody keeps it straight, though, Cornette. And Watts backed out of it wisely there, out of the middle, letting Kelly fight it out with Cornette. 26 laps to go, as now Cornette up there on the outside. Here comes Kelly to the inside. The 1, 2, 3 of Rogerson, he's up there on the outside with the 81 of Buckaloo down there underneath him. And Steven Isham, he's trying to work his way up. Caleb Sheets now up to 3rd as he's really starting to gain on them front drivers here. Off of 4, up here across the stripe, down here on the bottom side of the racetrack. Down goes Caleb Sheets trying to chase down Ryan Peters, which is your front row pretty much from the start of this race. Donald Ray starting on the pole. Ryan Peters starting to the outside. Caleb Sheets starting clear back in the pack somewhere. Now here they go, down into corner number 3. Steven Isham up there on the outside. He's got that 1, 2, 3 of Dustin Rogerson there in the 7th spot. 24 laps to go. Chase Matsko here in the 10. Bobby Watts there in the 11 spot. John Kelly, the number 4 driving underneath of Bobby Watts at number 37 up there, that Wonder Bread. You got the 4 Kelly there trying to chase it down as they all go. Oh, hang on to it there, Watson. You try to put it 3 wide there with Cornette on the outside. And Matsko on the inside. Tight racing back here for 9th, or I'm sorry, no, that's 7th through 11th, maybe even 12th, as John Kelly is there as well. Battling out, you got the 81 there off Buckaloo, clear to the outside. Cornette there in the middle, trying to chase him down as everything seems to be kind of set in its ways out in front. And we see Caleb Sheets out of Mooresville, North Carolina. As they work down the front stretch once again, Ryan Peters trying to chase him down. Got Fred Chase back here in 4th. Mark Nelson, Steven Isham back here in 5th and 6th. Chase Matsko there 7th. 22 laps to go. They're really getting after it now as they go 3 wide here off of 2. Keeping it together. Whoa, man, that was close there for Cornette as he gets it up there. You got the 1, 2, 3 there off Rogerson. Now they come down there off the corner. The 81 there off Buckaloo. Really pushing hard now. 21 laps to go for these Cup drivers here tonight in the FMA FFTv Cup Series. And they roll down here in the corner number 1 onto the backstretch. David Dubell lap down here as he comes down here off of the corner. Benjamin Smith, your first driver on the lead lap. Tommy Polt, and we got Vasco up into the outside wall once again. Now there, 3 wide. You've got Watts there in the middle. Coming there off of 4. Watts comes down there, really close racing. Matsko right there, right behind Cornette as they try to work their way up. Mark Nelson having company there from Steven Isham to his outside. And Caleb Sheets fell back a spot from Fred Chase. As Fred Chase now up to 3rd. But that battle really starting to possibly heat up here with 20 to go. Donald Ray out front. The battle though really around here as we see Cornette there in the number 83. Isham here in the 24. Buckaloo as well. Watts, Dodgerson, Matsko, they're all fighting for position around here. Oh no, look, I don't know if Buckaloo looked like he lost it, or it almost looked like something gave way on the left rear of that machine. Maybe it just unloaded on him and got loose. They're heading down through here. You can see there Isham battling there with Cornette. You got Matsko there right behind him. Bobby Watts there in 9th. Dustin Rogerson there in 10th. Derek Buckaloo in 11th. John Kelly in 12th. Tommy Pulte there in 13th. They're doing a great job down the backstretch here with Mark Nelson there in 5th. Chris Cornette there 6th. Stephen Isham there in 7th. Chase Matsko in 8th. Dustin Rogerson there in 9th. Bobby Watts sitting back here in 10th. Oh no, and the 123 gets turned. That's going to bring out another caution here with 17 laps to go. Rogerson staying up there against the outside wall, making sure everybody's clear. Better get it turned quick as you got the 33 and the 73 coming out of the corner. But caution is out on the speedway for Rogerson. Bringing out that yellow flag coming up across the nose. Not sure. Man, a lot of great racing going on. See if we can get a better look at this here out of our chopper view. And he comes off the corner. Watts is there. Looks like the 1-2-3 is just going to come up. They come together there, fighting for the same real estate pretty much of the racetrack. And he just ends up there into the outside wall. Keeps it snug up there so that drivers can pass instead of bringing it back down across the racetrack. Drivers are always thankful for that. If you end up spun against the wall, try to keep it locked down and up there. Tough break here. Rogerson and Watts. Drivers coming in. They're going to take that last set of tires. Almost one thing, you have them. You're going to have around maybe 13 laps to go when we go green. Matsko having some issues on pit road. Had to back it up and reposition it. Dollar Ray out front. Here comes that 5. Ray off first. Peters out in second. Here comes Caleb Sheets. What a move by him. He's now up there in the 3rd. Fred Chase back in the 4th. Chris Cornette in 5th. Things really heating up here at the front of the pack, but I can't forget about that middle either. I mean, we've really been seeing a lot of battle going on between Buckaloo, Isham, Matsko, Kelly. They're all pouring it on here, trying to get the best position they can by the end of this race. Ryan Peters out there in 2nd. You got Caleb Sheets there 3rd. Drivers really looking good out there tonight. David Duval out there. Robert Milbrath is out. We got Tester out, Wright out. Car's probably damaged far beyond what the race time allows them. We got Donald Ray out there in front. Ryan Peters there 2nd. Caleb Sheets there 3rd. Chris Cornette 4th. We got Fred Chase back here in 5th. Lights are out. They're coming through turn 3. We're getting them bunched up. We're going to go back. Green flag racing. Bobby Watts way back here in that 37. That 1, 2, 3 of Rogerson. Most likely out. No, he's still sitting on pit road. Coming to the flag. Who's it going to be to win this one tonight? They come down here across the stripe. Donald Ray getting a great restart, as well as Caleb Sheets fighting down there on the inside. There comes Chris Cornett on the inside as well. Down here into corner number 1 to 5. Going to really push it down in there. Cornett's going to really watch it. Watch that throttle control down there off of 2. As they work down the backstretch, you see Isham now up there into about 6. As he's going to try to work his way up farther. Chase Matsko up here in about 8th position. Up there towards the outside wall once again. He's been trying to make friends with that wall for the last, I don't know how many laps. As they come down here across the stripe, down across into corner number 1 once again. John Kelly back here in 9th. Matsko there in 8th. Mark Nelson back here in 9th. He works around the 4 of Kelly. Trying to work his way back up through. You got Cornett there making a pass on the inside of the 94 of Fred Chase. They work there off of 4. Caleb Sheets now up here in the 2nd, trying to chase down Dalton Ray, who is your race leader. 11 to go here from Vegas. Who's going to end up getting that lucky? Who's going to get the luck from Sin City here tonight? Out here, through corner number 3 and 4. There you see Chris Cornett going to the inside once again of that 94, but the 94 hanging in strong. Stephen Isham now looking to the outside as they come down through the front straightaway. Stephen Isham up there on the outside of Chris Cornett. There you have the 81 of Buckley. He's now diving down there underneath the 24 of Stephen Isham, but Isham and Cornett really battling it hard side by side. Hang on to it there, Cornett. Getting loose there. He open that door up. That's going to let Stephen Isham get around and Buckaloo get a run to him on the outside here as they work through turns 3 and 4. The 37 there of Watts and the 33 of Smith just running around back here in about 12th and 13th. You got the 73 of Duval as well rolling around out here. He's going to have to get out of the way of the leaders with 9 to go as they work down here into corner number 3. Mark Dowson back here in 8th. Chase Matsko there 9th. Tommy Pulte there in 10th. John Kelly sitting here 11th. Now we got them all straightened out. Looks like the racing is back on here. Now we've got the 94 there of Fred Chase. He's trying to get underneath Ryan Peters there for a 3rd place. But he's going to keep an eye on that rearview mirror as well as Stephen Isham's coming in there fast and furious down there on the inside. Side by side there through 3 and 4. Isham really putting it to it as he's trying to make that bottom lane stick. Cannot quite do it that time by as it looks like they're trying to work on down through there. Caleb Sheets now falling back there. And up falling back there on the high side. Ryan Peters now moves up there in the 2nd. Fred Chase is battling there beside Caleb Sheets. We'll work down here in the corner number 3 and 4. 7 laps to go. Soon to be 6 to go as they work here off of 4 back onto that front straightaway. Or that front trio, whatever you want to call it here at Vegas. As Isham is there, we're watching that battle between Sheets and Chase. And right behind him, not too far, is that 81 of Derek Buckaloo. Chris Cornett also not too far out of that mix with Mark Nelson there in the mix. John Kelly back here in 11th. Bobby Watts in 12th. You got Benjamin Smith back here in 13th. David Duval on pit road with Dustin Rogerson as well. Other drivers beyond that 15th position are sitting out of this race. Out here across the start-finish line, it is Donald Ray out front. Ryan Peters there 2nd. Here comes Fred Chase. He's looking at the bottom side of Caleb Sheets once again with Isham breathing down both their necks as he's looking maybe to the middle of the racetrack for a 3rd lane. Getting up there behind Caleb Sheets, he's going to squeeze it on down and across the nose there of the 94 of Fred Chase. Not a whole lot of room there to make that, but he made it nonetheless. Down across the start-finish line. Stephen Isham up to fourth. Derek Buckaloo now getting around Chase as well down there on the inside. Fred Chase falling back into sixth position here as Derek Buckaloo gets up there to fifth. Caleb Sheets up there on the top side of the racetrack just trying to hang on. He's got faster drivers all around him as they work down here in the corner number 3 and 4. Remember, Sheets is up 15 spots, so not too bad. Buckaloo's also up about that many as he's up 14 spots, chasing down Stephen Isham. So we got a couple of big movers up here towards the front with Stephen Isham there in the middle in that number 24. 3 laps to go. Caution flag is out. Benjamin Smith and Chris Cornett getting together. Try to see what happened here. Looks like Mark Nelt. It started here as he gets loose off. Oh, man, what a hit to the outside wall. Comes down Nelson. Great heads up driving as he comes down here across the stripe. Really beat up there on the left front, and that wheel is loose. Let's see if we can get a different angle of that. I believe that wheel was off of that driver's or passenger side. So he's trying to work it down the racetrack, and then it just ends up into the outside wall again. And, man, what a tough break there for Watts. Just trying to keep it out of trouble, and trouble finds him. Broken right front on that machine. Cornett down here on the inside. He's blown up, so he'll be done for the night. Man, you hate to see that for drivers, especially drivers like Cornett tonight who have been really strong. Started up towards the front, and now sitting in the pits to finish watching this one out. So green, white checker here tonight to finish this one out. Bobby Watts on pit road, Chris Cornett on pit road. And it does look like Cornett started in third. As we're here tonight, Donald Ray out front, Ryan Peters there in second. Looks like lights are off on the pace machine. We're going to be going back green flag racing here in just a moment. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the racing action here tonight. And we got Stephen Isham up there in the fourth spot in that number 24. Man, oh man, Benjamin Smith a little torn up there in that 33. John Kelly there in the number 4. Down on the inside, you got the 1, 2, 3 there. A couple laps down of Dustin Rogerson. David Duval back here in the 73. Yeah, working down here through off the corner. You got Fred Chase up there in the 6th position up there on the outside of the racetrack. Third car on the outside lane. Getting ready for Fred to pull that pace car down there on the pit lane. Barney up in the flag stand, gets that flag ready. And we're green flag racing once again as we get into the restart zone. What a start there from Donald Ray and Caleb Sheets. Caleb Sheets really great on the restarts, but as the runs down, ends up losing it there a little bit as he gets it back up there in the second place on the bottom side there underneath of Peters. Peters there trying to block off Derek Buckaloo down there on the inside as Buckaloo's trying to get up there and battle for third. Asham and Buckaloo down here in the corner number 3 and 4. Everybody's 3 wide. Or we have the potential for 3 wide, put it that way. As Fred Chase up there against the outside wall. Coming down here on the front stretch. We are final lap. Next flag ends the race. As they come down here through turns 1 and 2, Donald Ray out front. You got Caleb Sheets up there on the outside lane. Peters down there on the bottom side. Caleb Sheets doing what he can just to hang on to that spot for another quarter as they are single file here, except for Buckaloo, who Buckaloo is now looking to the bottom side of Isham. Here comes Nelson down to the inside there of Chase as they come rolling off the corner. Caleb Sheets hanging on there for second. Ryan Peters there for third. Isham for fourth. Fifth goes to Buckaloo. Whoa, man, what a snap there out of Tommy Polch. He comes across the line. John Kelly down here in ninth. See, we're just waiting for the results to come in. Here is your results for tonight. The FMA FFTv Cup Series being won tonight by Donald Ray. Caleb Sheets there in second. Ryan Peters third with Stephen Isham there fourth. Derek Buckaloo finished tonight in fifth with Fred Chase in sixth. Mark Nelson in seventh. Tommy Pulte there in eighth. John Kelly ninth. Chase Masco there in 10th. Benjamin Smith there 11th. Bobby Watson 12th. Chris Cornett finishing the night in 13th. David Duval in 14th. Dustin Rogerson there in 15th. Robert Milbrath there in 16th. Jim Treat 17th. Joseph Spillman there in 18th. Adam Gladfelder 19th. Robert Tester there in 20th. Back a little farther there in 21st. That's going to be Gary Wright. That is your finishing order here tonight for the FFTv Cup Series. Now let's see if we can get with our winners here tonight. Now we head on down through here. Let's see here. We need Ryan Peters in number 5. Good evening, Ryan. How's it going tonight?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fairly well up here in the booth. How are you doing down there on track?
Good, man. Robert showed a lot of speed, Donald showed a lot of speed, and I thought we had the fastest practice speed. There's other guys that had good long run speed, but we had that late restart, and better be on the bottom. Caleb Sheets got second of it, but overall top 3, and we had some damn good racing today, so that was a good day.
I know it's a lot better racing than what we had at Phoenix last week. I mean, hats off to you guys, and I can't thank the league and the admins enough for all the help they're giving.
Yeah, that's what I want to say first and foremost is, I want to thank Chase and the guys that are putting in the work to have a really, really good league. And if you guys are new and want respectable racing and some guys that really care and developing a community, FMA is where it's at.
Most definitely. You have any more shout-outs or sponsors you want to thank for helping you get into that third spot tonight?
Yeah, I want to shout out my primary sponsor, Stuck in the Catch Fence. That's our YouTube channel that me and Joe Spillman in the 50 run, and NASCAR action, NASCAR news. We like to have a good time, so you can join us there. And just can't wait to be a part of these GT3, Xfinity, and Cup cars, and we'll keep on trying to put up podiums.
All righty, well, congrats tonight. And what do we have to look forward to as we head on farther into the season?
Well, I might even be helping out in the booth here. We were talking about that a little bit, so I guess you could hear me on that aspect. But trying to put together good long-run speed. I like that today. That's my focus moving forward.
Well, I do know we are heading to Miami next week, so that's going to be Homestead, if I'm thinking correct.
Correct, and riding the wall will be key.
Definitely been some great racing going on tonight, and I can't thank you guys enough for sticking with us here as we kind of do a little bit of transition. And Man, racing's still great.
Hell yeah, and it's made a lot better with the people that enjoy it and are respectful around you, and we got to see a lot of that tonight.
Alrighty, well, congrats on third place, and hopefully we see you here in more areas, hopefully taking more podiums.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Everybody have a good night. God bless.
All right, that was Ryan Peters, our third place finisher here tonight. Now we need to see Caleb Sheets. Good evening, Caleb. How's second place treating you here tonight?
Yeah, I was very happy with that. The first round of the race, I was running around 12th to 15th. It was really loose, but that second run on, I found some grip right on the bottom there, and thankfully the restarts worked out well for me as well. So the best finish I've had, and this is my third race in the league, so definitely happy with that. I'd had a seventh the first two races, so the second's great.
It looked like you had the short run speed okay, but whenever the run started to string out, it didn't seem like you had quite that long run speed that some of the other drivers did.
Yeah, I did after the first run. The first run, it was pretty bad. I mean, I wasn't going to run second if we had a long run, but I had gotten to where I was probably going to run top 5 or so once I figured out how to hook the bottom line there. But yeah, short run was definitely my strong suit on that long.
Well, you definitely showed short run, but not, like I said, you seem to struggle on that long run a little bit. Well, congrats on second place, and you got sponsors or shout-outs you want to give here tonight?
Oh, yeah, I'm sponsoring the private school my wife and I are starting, so definitely a shout out to Bethel Christian School, and I appreciate the league running the race. That was pretty clean. We had a few cautions there at the end, but the first 3/4 of the race was all green, so that was a lot of fun.
Oh, it definitely was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to watch up here in the booth, too. I mean, you guys put on some exciting racing at spots, so.
Yeah, it was very tight for sure there, but yeah, clean racing all around. It felt like up near the front.
Alrighty, well, congrats for second place, and we're going to get with our winner now, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. Enjoy your night.
You too.
Good evening, Donald. How's it going?
Good, Blake. How are you?
I'm doing well. I noticed you started on pole, you fell back through the pack a little bit, and then you had to race your way back up or towards the front. Kind of take us through your race night here at Las Vegas.
Well, I didn't have to stay tired. I felt like I wrapped the bottom pretty good for early on in each of those runs, but I guess I didn't do it long enough, and those boys was able to get around me. I was able to stay with them by moving up to the middle high line, and there were just a couple times during those first two runs, late in the run, I'd almost lose it, almost yank it into the wall and have to save it and just kind of catch back up. But finally, man, we finally got us one of these. I feel like I've been fast enough and been close a few of these races, and it finally paid off. I do want to say it sucks for Steven and Mark. You know, they was playing the long run game there before that last caution came out and kind of fell back and was saving their tires. And I was gambling a little bit more. I figured, or I was hoping that a caution would come out, and it did, and that's how I was able to keep it up front.
All right, yeah, you look great up there, and congrats on getting that victory tonight. You got any shout-outs or sponsors you want to thank for helping you get into that victory lane tonight?
Man, I want to give a shout out to you for doing this. I know this is much better than last week. Happy about that, especially for you. And I want to give a shout out to the drivers, you know, Ryan and Steven and Mark and, you know, even Caleb there for a while. I had some pretty good battles with them, and none of us ever touched each other. We stayed clean. That's what makes it fun.
It most definitely does. And I know I'm not one that I'm not always the fastest out there to be in the lead, but if I can have a good battle for the spot that I'm having, that makes it all the difference.
For sure. That's what keeps me from selling all this stuff that I pay way too much money for.
All righty. Well, congrats on getting a victory here tonight, and hopefully you can carry some of the momentum as we head into Homestead next week.
We'll see. It's not one of my favorite tracks, but I do feel like I might be patient enough to at least get close to the podium, but we'll see.
All righty. Well, congrats again, and we'll see you later on in the series.
All right, thanks, League.
All right, and with that, we're going to be signing off here. I want to thank everybody so much for coming out and enjoying the racing action with us here at Flieger Farm TV. On the pole here tonight from Las Vegas, Donald Ray, your victory winner here, as we now sign off and in our next race here on Flieger Farm TV. Get ready for this. We're going to the Coast to Coast Racing League tomorrow night for some dirt track racing. You heard me right. We're going dirt tracking here at Flieger Farm TV tomorrow night. And then we're going to see what else we can dig up before coming out here for another Xfinity race with FMA on Sunday night. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.